Hello, my name is Victor Audu. I'm a real estate entrepreneur here in Nigeria. In this video, we're going to be having a discussion around the concept of land banking and how it is a pathway to building sustainable wealth through real estate investments. Now, if you take a study of most of the wealthy people we have around the world, billionaires in dollars, in pounds, and all, you'd realize one common thread that runs through all of them. And that is the fact that most of them are real estate investors. We're going to be looking at all this and see how we can find an entry point for you into, real estate investment, whether at a small, middle, or medium scale, so that you can ultimately build sustainable wealth through real estate investment. This video is brought to you by Gairu Homes Limited, a real estate company here in Nigeria committed to bringing you nothing but the best of real estate investment and all of its associated opportunities. The idea of this conversation is to make you understand the importance of real estate investment and help you find an entry point such that you can build sustainable wealth through real estate investment. If you live in a country like Nigeria, where we're having a lot of economic issues right now, our inflation rate is rather on the high. The bank interest rates, are also not, helpful to, investors and all of that. You would see that it is rather important that you find another, a better alternative to savings and investment. And that's where, the practice of land banking becomes really, really essential and important, that as an individual who is looking to make, good returns on investment, important that you pay close attention to this concept of land banking. So what I want to do now in this video is to find you, like I said before, is to find you an entry point into this investment opportunity. Now, what exactly is land banking? It is a process of aggregating parcels of land and keeping them for future sale or development. Now, in practice, it is a process where you buy, you get money, you buy parcels of land, preferably in different places. Instead of having your money stacked in the bank or saved in the bank, I am not against savings, right? But instead of having your money stacked in the bank, you gather this money and you buy parcels of land, preferably from different places, and then you keep them for future sale and development. Now, the idea of land banking, right, is that you don't get this type of land in developed areas. You get them in places that have prospect and potential for development. So you would have done your research, and seen places that you think have prospect, for and potential for development. And then you buy these lands and then you keep them. So if you ask me, I'll suggest that you keep the properties for 3 years and upwards. 3 years and upwards. So it is basically a game of foresight. You need to have foresight to be able to, and of course money, to be able to engage in this process of land banking. I remember a couple of years ago, that was sometimes in 2019 or so, I had an estate, where we were selling a plot of 500 square meters for the sum of 5.5 million naira. And then 2 years down the line, at the time the place was bush. If you want to look at it that way, it was bush at some point, because that was about when I was getting into real estate, and it looked to me as though who is coming to buy land in this bush? But a couple of persons came to to subscribe to those properties then and all of that. But then 2 years down the line, those same properties, that same 500 square meter we're selling for 5 million, 5.5, had risen to about 8.5 million naira. You know, and then as I speak with you now, around the area, you can't even get anything less than 15 million naira for something that just a few years ago, you know, was sold for the sum of 5 million naira. So land banking is something that you don't want to play with. Dr. Stephen Akintayo tells us, I think he has said it over and over again, that he became a billionaire through real estate investment. And one thing about great men is that their, successes are in their stories. All right. So if you want to follow after them, one of the good you would do for yourself is listen to their stories, and from their stories, you would be able to glean something that would help you, to be able to make the kind of success that they've made. And I remember Matthew Ashimolowo also saying that several years ago, he bought about 900 plots of land at Mowe at 100,000 naira per plot. Several years later, he sold each plot for 15 million naira. And if you put everything together, the sum of money he would have made from that entire sale, it brings it to a total of about 13 billion naira. I mean, how many businesses will you go into that will give you that much profit? So land banking is something that you don't want to look away from. In summary, land banking is something that everybody should do, whether you're at a low, middle, or large-scale income earning capacity. If you want to go into land banking, you can reach out to Egahi Real Homes Limited, through the number shown on your screen or any of our social media platforms, and we'll be glad to hold your hands through the process, of real estate investment. I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also stay in touch, because every once in a while we'll be dropping tips and other benefits that you derive from real estate investments. Like I like saying, right, we do not just want to do a one-time transaction with you. We want to be a part of your financial success story, through real estate investments. Thank you.